I, Tasuke Higashiono, was absolutely hated by this one girl.
Morning!
Nagisa Kaminagi. She was my classmate. That day, she came into the classroom as per usual with her black hair flowing behind her.
Morning, Nagisa-chan.
Yo, Nagisa-chi!
Morning, everyone.
Since she was a very good-looking girl with great personality, everyone from our class loved her. Not only that, the entire school respected her. My seat was next to her. She always greeted me by clicking her tongue. And...
Geez, that weirdo was looking at me. My eyes are gonna rot now that I saw his eyes.
That's too harsh. I mean, I don't blame you for being awful though.
that was how I was treated by my classmates. Just because Kaminagi, the school queen, hated me. Everyone hated me. Because she hated me. By the way, weirdo was my nickname back then. If someone was influential enough, pointed at someone saying that she or he hated the person, everyone followed to point the finger at the person.
It's not like I don't like Higashiono-kun. It's worse because he makes me sick.
When I went back to the classroom one day to retrieve something that I left behind, Kaminagi was bitching about me like that. Since then, she started to harass me. To be precise, she started to disturb me during classes. They were all minor stuff, but since she did it every single day, I couldn't hold back my anger anymore. I have to talk to you. Come to the rooftop during break. I wrote a note, crumbled the paper in a ball, and threw it to Kaminagi. Kaminagi soon realized I had thrown something towards her. She glanced at me and read the note. Maybe it was just my imagination, but to me, she looked as if she was happy that she received the note. During the break time, I left the classroom before Kaminagi and waited for her on the rooftop. The weather was great that day. I didn't have to wait very long. Kaminagi.
Yes?
Kaminagi was standing there with her back straightened. I got closer to her. I'm gonna be straight with you. Can you stop disturbing me during the class?
Sure.
Huh? She agreed straight away, and I couldn't believe it. My reply confused her, and she was starting to panic. What? Well, if you're not gonna do it again, then that's fine.
Hey, Higashiono-kun.
Kaminagi took a step towards me and looked up to me. What is it?
Do you remember what I said before?
Yeah, I do remember. To be fair, my memories of Kaminagi were very limited.
It's not like I don't like Higashiono-kun. It's worse because he makes me sick.
Like that time when she was bitching about me. How can I forget?
I see.
Kaminagi was blushing for some reason. She was smiling while wiggling her upper body restlessly.
Well, Higashiono-kun, I still like you. No, I love you. So, will you go out with me?
What?
What?
What do you mean you still like me? I couldn't understand her, so I had to ask.
Huh?
You said you remember it. Don't you remember when I confessed to you when we were in the 5th grade of primary school?
Huh?
Huh?
We were looking at each other for a while in silence. What? I shouted. I was shocked. That was when I was in the 5th grade of primary school.
Higashiono-kun, I still like you. No, I love you. So, will you go out with me?
Just as she said, there was a girl who confessed to me. Her name was Nagisa Shimiyonagi. Since she was very chubby, everyone called her Boss and made fun of her. Her nickname was Boss, but she herself was a very quiet girl if I remembered her correctly. Sorry, I can't go out with you.
I see.
When I rejected her, she replied as if she was expecting it. I was very surprised to see her act that way.
I mean, I look like this, so no wonder why.
She touched her tummy and laughed at herself. Then she faked a smile.
Don't tell anyone about this, okay? Please. Bye.
She said so in one breath and ran away. I didn't reject her because of her looks. I rejected her because I didn't want to go out with anyone that time. I knew that everyone was gonna make fun of me no matter who I went out with. Right after that, she left our school because her family had to move. I wasn't expecting to see her again. Apparently the girl I rejected was beside me for a while. Kaminagi was leaning against the fence looking at me with a grumpy face. Nagisa Shimoyanagi and Nagisa Kaminagi. The surnames are different, but she told me that her surname changed when she moved. I didn't ask her any more questions, but I could imagine what she went through. But even if her surname didn't change, I wouldn't have noticed that Kaminagi now and Kaminagi back then were the same person. Well, I asked her another question. So, do you hate me or do you like me?
What?
Kaminagi jumped and looked at me. She opened and closed her mouth like she was looking for a word.
It's obvious, isn't it?
I waited for a while until Kaminagi answered.
I hate you, Higashiono-kun. I obviously hate you a lot.
She crossed her arm and looked away from me. I asked her one more question. Then, why did you confess to me?
That's because...
She was at a loss for a reply again. That's because...
That was a fake confession.
Fake confession? Why?
Huh? Well, I just wanted to see you being completely fooled. And I wanted to tell everyone about how you reacted to my confession. But the way you reacted was very boring and I'm kinda disappointed and...
That's why you're grumpy? Kaminagi was nodding so hard. I was convinced that she was telling the truth. So, she really hates me. I guess to the point my existence makes her stomach churn. I thought, and I turned around because I didn't see the point of being here anymore. I understand that you hate me, but please, stop disturbing me during classes. I said again to make sure, but Kaminagi didn't say anything. Instead, I'd heard her sigh very quietly. Few days later, Kaminagi never stopped disturbing me during classes. On top of that, there was a rumor that I was the one who confessed to Kaminagi. I had to talk to Kaminagi once again on the rooftop.
What is it?
You still disturb me during classes. Kaminagi looked away. She was clearly dissatisfied. Not only that, there's a rumor saying that I was the one who confessed to you. You started that, didn't you?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
What do you mean, what's wrong with that? Why did you lie like that?
Because I hate you. Do I need more reason?
I know you hate me a lot, but I don't understand you at all. Why would he start a rumor saying that you were confessed by someone you despise? I said, and Kaminagi lifted up one of her brows.
That's because you don't notice my feelings towards you at all.
I don't notice your feelings. I asked. Kaminagi looked at me by just moving her eyes.
I noticed you right away when I started this high school, even before we were put into the same class. But you never noticed me. You never remembered me even when we were in the same classroom. So I started to disturb you in hopes of you noticing me.
Wait, how am I supposed to notice you? You look nothing like before, and your surname was different.
You didn't notice me because you're not interested in me. I was fat back then, so there's no wonder why. But you're still not interested in me even though I lost a lot of weight.
Kaminagi was looking very sad. I sighed loudly so she would hear it. Well, I think you're misunderstanding. I don't judge people by appearances.
Huh?
You seem like you think I rejected you because you were fat back then. That's not true. Kaminagi blinked a few times like she couldn't believe me.
Then why did you reject me?
Because I didn't want to date anyone. The idea of dating was too embarrassing for me. Also, I thought that everyone would make fun of me if I dated.
You thought everyone would make fun of you for dating me because I was fat?
No, I thought people would make fun of me regardless of who I dated with. That's why I didn't want to date anyone back then.
You still think the same?
No, not now. I still don't judge people by appearances though.
I see.
Kaminagi smiled, as if she was happy with my reply.
So that means there's still a chance for me?
A chance? What do you mean?
A chance to go out with you.
Kaminagi said she was blushing and she was smiling sweetly. I didn't follow her quite well. I still don't understand you. I thought you hated me. You said that confession was fake.
Well, that itself was a lie.
That was a lie? Wait, so that means she was serious about it when she confessed to me. I reached a shocking conclusion, and at the same time, Kaminagi had her hand on her chest. She was taking a deep breath. When she finished taking a deep breath, she looked in my eyes. When we were in primary school, she did the same thing before confessing to me.
Nothing has changed since my last confession. I still love you, Higashiono-kun.
Huh? She's cute. That was my first thought.
But don't say anything yet. I want you to get to know me better as Nagisa Kaminagi, not Nagisa Shimoyanagi. If you don't mind, that is.
What kind of confession is that? I couldn't help myself and laughed. Kaminagi covered her mouth as if she was embarrassed.
And what do you think? Can you consider it?
Kaminagi tilted her head. Told you, I don't judge people by appearances, so I think we should start by getting to know each other more.
Yeah.
Kaminagi smiled as bright as the sun. I couldn't look at her directly, so I looked away and continued, trying to hide the fact that I was embarrassed. Can you stop the rumors first? I want you to talk to our classmates before anything.
I'm sorry that I caused you so much troubles. I'll talk to them as soon as possible.
Just like that. We started out by getting to know each other.
What's wrong, Tasuke? You're grinning.
Oh, I was remembering about our high school days.
Huh? What is it? What kind of memory do you have with me?
It's about that day when everything started.